Alrighty, let's start the broadcast whenever
Now
you're
for
ready.
our
You ready to go,
starting
Cody?
lineup. First, Otero Junior College.
Just let me know when we're live.
Omar Coronel.
Well, we don't have anybody back here on this middle camera
Number 3, Martin Soriano.
Okay.
Number 5, Caleb Schultz. Number 6, Traden Winward.
All right, the Region 9.
Number 8, Blaze
Northfleet-
Malumwa.
Oh, yeah. Good afternoon.
Number
Welcome to
13,
today's
Carter
matchup between
Maggi.
Laramie County Community College and Otero Junior
Number
College.
15,
The Region 9
Jonathan
Northfleet
Cuevas.
and Golden Eagles look to build on an 8-game winning
Number
streak and
18,
break into the Division
Jamal
1 rankings.
Isaku.
The team has earned votes in the
Number
NJCAA
19,
rankings and
Acosta.
defeated number 13-15
Number
Trinidad State
21,
last night,
Brian
and with a win
Gonzalez.
today, could break into the top 20.
And
However,
lastly, number
Region
26,
9
Mark
South
Hadley.
second place squad, the Rattlers,
Give it
are
up.
enjoying a win streak of their own, taking the last
Now
3
give it up for
contests.
your Golden Eagles.
OJC lost last
First,
night against
Our
against
goalkeeper,
Western
Andrew
Nebraska.
Hayes.
The two teams last met a year ago on
Tristan
October
White
4th.
with
A
number
matchup
7.
the Rattlers won 3-2.
8,
In fact, Otero has won the
Harris.
last 5 meetings, including a win to
9,
take the Golden
Rafael
Eagles out of
Munoz.
the Region 9 quarterfinals in
Number
2014.
11,
Ending
Francisco
LCCC season
Garcia.
and another win in 2013
Number
to beat the
15,
Eagles out for the
Nate
Region 9
Johnson.
championship.
Number 16,
You have to go back
Blaine
to September 14th,
Christensen.
2013 to get to the
Number
Golden Eagles
17,
win over the Rattlers.
Eduardo
When El Triple C
Sanchez.
beat Otero 1-0
Number
right here on the
18,
home field.
Adrian Cordova.
The Golden Eagles are led by Rafael
Number
Munoz,
22,
has 6 goals and
Dana
7 assists
Smith.
on the season.
All right, guys, and just
23,
giving you a little bit of
Caleb
pregame. I'm
Buckner.
Mitchell Bean, joined today by.
Cody Fox right here.
All right, and we're down here at Laramie County Community College on a beautiful day here in Cheyenne, Wyoming. We're just moments away, just getting ready to kick off the match between the Laramie County Junior College soccer team and the Otero Junior College La Junta Rattlers out of La Junta, Colorado. And again, like Cody mentioned, just some brief stats. The Golden Eagles are going into the day. They haven't beat the Rattlers in over 3 years. That's five chances they've had to play them. 2 of them, the Rattlers knocking the Golden Eagles out of the playoffs. But we're hoping for a different outcome here today. Just to get to start, we kind of talked about Rafael Munoz. He is leading the team with 6 goals, 7 assists, and overall on the year so far, he has 19 total points. Trailed closely by Caleb Rondone with 6 goals and 12 total points, and Tristan White, 5 goals with 14 points total. So there has been a bit of scoring. There's a lot of scoring on the Golden Eagles side, and we can hopefully expect more of that today. So just recently talked, just to give you a little preface before here we start the match, the Golden Eagles are currently riding an 8-0 win streak. They haven't lost since September 4th. They have been on a hot streak, both the women and men. We're gonna have the women going on here later this afternoon. So Cody, just kind of talk about what are you looking forward to today, real quick, before we get started.
I think the keys for the Golden Eagles to win today is to keep the ball on the opposition side of the field, keep them on defense, and just take a lot of shots on goal. That's what they've done all year, and make sure that you pick up the stuff around the goal. Don't let anything that could be an easy potential point get away from them.
Yeah, it's kind of in soccer, I'd say, with the scoring so tight, you kind of have to take the buckshot approach. You just keep firing until you hit something. So here we are, guys. We're getting ready to start the match. It looks like the Rattlers of La Junta Community College are going to start it off here. We are just moments away. All right, and we are getting ready to start. Just real quick before we get started, just want to mention a few of the sponsors of Laramie Athletics. We have Remax Capital Properties, Wyoming Bank and Trust, Union Wireless, and Bobcat of the Rockies. Now let's get into the action at the game starting. La Junta currently controlling possession, bringing it up to midfield. Oh, getting it right past the midcourt as the Golden Eagles take over here. We have a little bit of a scrum and a stoppage in play. Looks like somewhat of a violation there on the Rattlers. Possession's going to go back to the Golden Eagles.
Looked like a handball on that.
Oh, just a little bit of
I think so.
guy getting a little bit too anxious with his hands,
Looked like he just didn't get out of the way in time. I don't think it was on purpose.
All right, as Rondone kicks it across the sideline, we have the Rattlers kicking it back up to midfield, knocking it out of bounds this time, where Dana Smith is going to toss it into Tristan White now. The Golden Eagles have it trying to dribble and get here in deep into the Rattler territory. So here we go. We got a little bit of a scrum as the Rattlers take over and kick it just across the midfield line. As the Golden Eagle defense rallies, the goal kicker Andrew Hayes picks it up and lets them reorganize. You're taking a quick second to reorganize before he kicks it across here to the midfield. Returned by a Rattler defender as Dana Smith tries to take a charge, getting it across the midcourt. Held back over here by the Rattlers as they try to move it across the field. Unfortunately, kicking that one out of bounds. It will be here, Golden Eagle ball as Dana Smith lines up to toss it back in. Dana Smith having
to be a fairly even matchup so far. They kept most of the action towards the middle of the field.
Yeah, it does, Cody. So far in this game, it looks like a big defensive match. No one's really have been able to gain any control so far of the ball. So I guess it looks kind of like early. Both teams are kind of trying to fill each other out this early here in the match. As we have a ball go into the corner now, we're going to see. It looks like the Golden Eagles will maintain possession as they bring the offense down here and try to set up on the Rattlers side of the field. Golden Eagles getting ready to throw it in. Down here by the goal side, down here by the goal post, trying to make something happen. Unfortunately, not able to take it out of bounds. Possession going to the Rattlers of Lahaina Community College. All right, as the goalie organizes, he lets him gets back before he kicks it right here, sending the ball to midfield. Return now by Caleb Rondone. We have a little bit of a fight for it. Adrian Cordova making a play on it, trying to get here down in the left corner. Cordova keeping the ball in his possession, trying to fight with the Rattler defender. Oh, when the Rattlers taking over possession this time and just getting it back here up to the midfield. As we see Dana Smith making a play on it to keep it back here on the Rattler territory. And now we have Tristan White with the ball looking to pass. Passing it back up to the side. You see them take it deeper into territory to the goal. A little bit of a collision there. And we see the Rattlers defend. We see the Rattlers trying to just get it out of their own possession right now. But however, the Golden Eagles are still in control, and then we see the kick go out of bounds. All right.
Looks like the Golden Eagles are starting to do what I said earlier. They're trying to keeping the ball down there on that side, keeping them on the defense, and get as many shots on goal as they can.
Yeah, they're looking very aggressive really early. Really just you can see they're just trying to get that first goal out of the way, get that pressure, and then put the pressure back on Otero Community College and see if they can match them. We're here back in the action. Ball out of bounds as the Golden Eagles get ready to toss in. Francisco Garcia with the ball now, looking for a teammate. Garcia dribbling with it, kicking it. Gets to a teammate as we see, going a shot on goal, just a little bit too far on the goal, sending this one out of bounds. But like I said, not all the shots are going to be great. But at this point, when you're playing at this point in time, two competitive teams, you just got to fire and hopefully it goes in.
Yeah, a lot of the times the points come out of nowhere, on rebounds off the goalposts or shots the goalie doesn't pick up. Numerous ways that can happen. But
yeah, now we see the Rattlers making a push here, trying to getting it deep into the Golden Eagle territory. Passing it, number 8, going in for the goal for the Otero Junior College Rattlers. That was Blyce Balumawa, from a freshman out of Colorado Springs. A sophomore forward out of Colorado Springs, Colorado. We just saw really kind of a quick surge there. What did you see, Cody, from the Otero Rattlers on that one?
Well, it looked like the Golden Eagles got caught off guard. Most of their defense was on the other side of the field or up in midfield, and he got a single shot on goal, and he nailed it, just like you were saying, come out of nowhere. Yeah,
kind of a fast break. Like all the attention was down here on the Golden Eagles side, then a long pass kind of sent that one across midfield, and some Rattlers Otero was able to get a hold of this one and just eking a goal there, kind of on the fast break. But we'll see if the Golden Eagles now have possession back here in Rattler territory. Let's see if they can respond here. As
shot on goal goes wide left.
Yeah, that shot going by Caleb Rondone, currently the second, tied for the lead with 6 goals so far this year. So we can expect to see him taking multiple shots today. As the ball goes out of bounds, the Rattlers reset as their goalie gets ready to kick the ball. Sending this one across midfield. We see another little bit of confusion here. As Jamalia Saku gets hold of it as the Rattlers try to take it in for another score, but well defended that time by the by the Golden Eagles, just trying to get this one across mid-court at the time before it's kicked out of bounds by Jonathan Cuevas of the Rodlers. Now here we have a quick break in the action. Well, let's see. So far, it's been a very aggressive match, Cody. Let's see if what do you think the Rattlers need to do to try and tie this game back up?
They're going to have to do the same thing that the Golden Eagles need to do to win this game. They're up one, but they're going to have to keep the ball on the Golden Eagles side and get shots on goal. One shot, 1 point doesn't usually happen.
No, son. We're still here early in the match. Only about 7, 8. We're only about 7 minutes in here to the game, so there's plenty of time left as the Golden Eagles try and push this across midfield. Rondon with the ball dribbling. Now dribbles it back to Sanchez. As Sanchez dribbles, reading the defense a little bit. Now passing it out to Munoz. Munoz taking it across midfield, dribbling between a ton of Rattler defenders, trying to make something happen. Still maintaining the ball. We have Cordova with the ball now, putting a shot on goal. Good shot from Cordova. That one just a little bit high and to the left, but we'll take it. It shows just and keep showing the aggression here by the Golden Eagle offense, relentlessly trying to put themselves on the scoreboard.
Yeah, they have a really aggressive strategy. They always play very aggressively down on the other team's end. Try to keep the ball on their offense and just shoot. And so far, I don't think they've executed that as well as they would like to, but still a long time in the game, like you said.
Yeah, as the Rattlers here turn around trying to get in this one right here into Golden Eagle territory. A little bit of head bobbing going on here. You see a little bit of fighting for the ball. Laramie going back for another score. Wow, a great save by Andrew Hayes there to save a goal that time.
Yeah, that was an amazing save. That easily could have been 2-0 right there. Heads up play by the goalie.
Yeah, as Brian Gonzalez for the Otero Rattlers tried to sneak in a goal there in the corner that time. That was just kind of another similar play there. It was kind of a fast break opportunity. The ball had kind of just gone up in the air. It was a 50-50 ball, and the Otero came down and tried to put a shot on goal. But again, just a great save by Andrew Hayes to keep the score here at 1-0 early in the first period. Oh, another save by Hayes. That one just trying to knock it over the corner of the goal. That time looks like Andrew Hayes has been a little bit busy so far here early in this contest.
Yeah, there have been more shots on the LCCC goalie than there has down in the Otero end for sure. Probably about 5-3 now.
All right, we have here Blaze Balumawa, sorry about that. He's here on the corner kick for the Otero Rattlers as he kicks it in. All right, Golden Eagle defenders knocking it out of the red zone, I guess you would call it. Keeping it here in play. The Rattlers airmail this one out of bounds, giving the possession back to the Golden Eagles, allowing them to organize and set up their offense. All right, here's the goalie takes the ball. Hayes getting ready to kick it in. Hayes getting ready to put it in here to play, letting the rest of the guys organize themselves and fit in where they need to before he sends it. Now sends this one close to midfield. We have a little bit of a scrum for going on right now. The Rattlers maintaining control. Back to the Golden Eagles this time. Rattlers just passing around, trying to keep it out of the Golden Eagles' possession here defensively. As we see the Rattler defenders bring it up close to midcourt. Just playing a little keep away right now from the Golden Eagles here on this possession. Oh, as they pass it up across the midfield, Belawamu trying to make a play on it, unfortunately tripping up one of the Golden Eagles and giving the possession back to Laramie County. As the Golden Eagles pass it in. Ball here coming up to Adrian Cordova here at midfield as he gets it into tries to get into Tristan White before the ball's struck right up in the air. Possession still unclear at this point as both the Eagles and the Rattlers are fighting for it. Nate Johnson making a move up to Cordova. Cordova bringing it up the left side across midfield, passing up the middle to Rondon this time. Rondon still with the possession. Rondon kicking off to the far side as they try to maneuver and try to find some holes here in between the Rattler defense. We're still dribbling across. Tristan White dribbling across now, trying to find anywhere to move here. But we have the ball back to Rondon, back to White. Rondon taking it up the right side, trying to get past the Eagle defenders, trying to pass it right in between. unsuccessful on that attempt as they fight for it out of bounds. Kicking it out, touching it last was the Rattlers, so the possession will stay with the Golden Eagles on this one.
Otero's done a good job down there of isolating them in the corner and keeping them from being able to cross the ball over and getting any good shots on goal.
Yes, they have it. Now this puts us right here as we have looking like we have a couple substitutions coming into the game here to start out. It looks like Will Atencio making his first appearance into today's match. Kicking it in here from the corner, we have a corner shot. Rondon still maintaining possession. Rondon trying to put a shot on goal. That one going right off the side of his foot and out of bounds that time. Another possession coming up short here for the Golden Eagles, but they're getting several opportunities here early in the match. Oh, and excuse me, that wasn't Atención. That was Jorge Rosales entering into the game for Rafael Munoz. On top of that, we also have Jonathan Ruvalcaba making his first appearance into the game. As the Rattlers bring it back out from their own goal, trying to dribble it, getting it across midfield, passing it around, a little bit of a scrum now. Golden Eagles take possession as Ruvalcaba gets possession of the ball here inside Rattler territory, taking it up the field, passing it, trying to get it to Rosales that time, but well defended by the Rattlers, kicking it back to midfield as the possession stays with the Golden Eagles. Now getting it across to Rosales here, taking it, passing it to Cordoba. Cordoba just inside the red zone, taking a shot on goal, sending that one a little far right and out of bounds. Possession going back to the Rattlers. All right, as the Rattlers getting ready to set up here, goalie letting the guys organize themselves before he puts it back in play. As the ball goes and go right across midfield as Rondon hits it back. Tristan White touching it. Now Ruvalcaba getting the ball back again for the Golden Eagles as he passes it to the far side. As the ball comes up the midfield, trying to dribble just between the Golden Eagle defenders, losing control of that one and sending it back to the Rattlers. As we get ready to set up, Cody, so what do you think so far? These last couple of minutes, we've seen a lot of aggression from the Golden Eagles. Now they're just trying to search for that goal.
Well, I think they're both teams are playing extremely aggressively. The ball's definitely been on the defensive side for the Eagles for a fair share of the game as well. So it's definitely a close match, and it's a good game so far. And as it goes out of bounds again, another throw in for LCCC.
All right, LCCC will. Sanchez will throw it in to Tristan White before White is almost knocked over by one of the Rattler defenders. Unfortunately, the Rattler defender taking the blunt of that blow as he's now currently on the ground.
They hit heads on the way up for that ball, and it was a pretty nasty collision there.
A little break.
Timeout.
We got a little break in the action. Have a little bit of an injury timeout right now. So while we do that, we just want to mention some of the sponsors for today's match and for all of Laramie County athletics. We have Jonah Bank of Wyoming, Cheyenne Spradley Bar, First Interstate Bank, MHP LLP, Pepsi, Chick-fil-A, Napa Auto Parts, Papa's Architects, Exy Document Solutions, and Addison Construction Company. And again, those are just some of the sponsors of today's match and sponsors for all of Laramie County Community College athletics throughout the year. So here we are right now, currently in a little bit of an injury timeout. The team's circling around. It seems to be Jonathan. Excuse me, Trang. Here we have Carter McGee was the one injured on that play as he's helped off the field by the training staff and his coach. So we just a little bit of break here in the action. It looks from the appearance of it, looks like he may have struck his head when he was going in to make that stop. It struck his head on maybe the elbow, the shoulder of Cordoba, causing that injury. So here currently we have 31-11 here in the first half of the match between the Laramie County Golden Eagles and the Otero Junior College Rattlers. Currently the Rattlers leading 1-0 as we are set to begin play here after this injury timeout. Excuse me. A couple substitutions in. The ref is trying to make sure everybody's ready, and he signals we're back into play. As Rosales taking that kick, Rosales taking that initial kick into play, airmailing that one a little bit, sitting a little too high and a little too far out of bounds. Possession going back to the Rattlers of Otero Junior College. As the goalie gets set, players are crossing, getting back across the midfield. Sending this one across midfield, retrieved by the Laramie defenders. Ruvakalba getting the ball now. Ruvakalba dribbling a little bit back just over the Golden Eagles. Over the Golden Eagles side, kicking it back to his defenders, trying to get this one across midfield, setting it up the far right side of the field. As Dana Smith tries to get control of this one. This one being kicked out of bounds by a Rattler defender. As the Golden Eagles talk briefly with the coach before they go over there to make their move.
Looks like there might have been another penalty on this one. Looks like they're getting themselves another free kick.
Oh, got another free kick. Wow. Tell you what, we've seen a little bit of aggression over here defensively on the Rattlers. They're going for the ball, but they're taking out the knees in the process, aren't they?
Yeah, they're taking out the knees and they're banging each other's heads together, too. Looks like they're definitely very aggressive today. But both teams are going to need to be to win this game.
Yeah, but we have Atencio here on the free kick going for it. Atencio getting it right to the middle. Oh, possession and get a little bit of a scrum going for it. Jonathan Ruvakalba with the ball now, still deep in the Rattler territory, passing it to Cordoba. Cordoba passing it back to Ruvakalba. Ruvakalba on the right side, just trying to get it into the middle. Little pass here with Jonathan Garcia there in the middle. As the Rattler defenders are able to get this, Rattler defenders are able to get that one out of deep out of their territory and back across midfield before we have another free kick opportunity here for the Golden Eagles. Now we have Eduardo Sanchez for the Golden Eagles getting ready to take this free kick. Scanning across the field, waiting for his teammates to get set up, looking to where he can fit this ball in the perfect position to set them up for a goal. Sanchez sending this one across the field with a header that time by Tristan White. Unfortunately, not successful keeping the possession going back to the Rattlers on this one. Goalie sending it across the midfield. Back over here on the Laramie County side, with the Nate Johnson over here on the defense, just trying to get it out of the territory. Up to Rosales. Cordoba with the ball, trying to sneak past the Rattler defender and unable to keep this one in bounds. As the Rattlers throw this one in, throw this back onto their side. Go with a strong move across midfield to get the possession back here. The Golden Eagles are making a push for a goal this time. That time, Jordan Garcia driving it all the way down the side of the field to the goal, putting a shot on goal. Unfortunately, this one's still a little bit right and out of bounds. What a great fast break, Cody, on this one. Unfortunately, they were unable to capitalize, but it looks good. It looks like they're aggressive, and they're doing really well here, just trying to get back here in this game.
Yeah, I think both teams are actually doing pretty well trying to execute their game plans. Definitely look to LCCC to not, be low energy and lose the momentum coming into the game after a big win.
Yeah, we were about midway here through the first half. As the Rattlers send this one across, we have a little bit of a scrum, fighting for the ball. As Ruvakalba gets possession, getting it now, sending this one to Rosales that time, who takes another shot on goal from the far right side, right into the goalie's hands. Putting another shot on goal. That's 2 possessions, 2 shot on goals in a row. So, they're inching their way closer. They're at least putting some pressure there on the Rattler defense. As the Rattlers kick it across court, they have a little bit of a numbers right now, unfortunately making the move, kicking it out of bounds, giving the possession back to the Laramie County Golden Eagles. Now as we reset, Andrew Hayes for the Golden Eagles getting ready to send this one out of the net. Just passing it this time, getting it to Sanchez. Sanchez passing it back to Johnston. And now Ben Harris with the ball. Gets it up to Cordoba. Cordoba dribbling it across. Cordoba now passing it to Garcia. Cordoba now making a move. Cordoba with the ball, trying to get this one away from the Rattlers. Passing this one now up to Caleb Rondon, who gets it across midfield. Rosales with the ball now. Rosales dribbling across, bring it to the midfield now. Gonzalez going for a shot on goal. This one, a good shot, just a little bit, just a couple feet over the goal that time. Still, you're able to get deep into Rattler territory on that one. Going for the goal, just sailed that one a little bit, got a little bit too far under it.
Yeah, it just looks like he needed a little less power on that one, and it definitely would have been in. The goalie was not ready for it, and you need to take a little bit of less juice on a couple of these shots, and they'll be going in.
Yes, you can tell the Golden Eagles have really responded well since that first goal. They've really put the pressure on the Rattlers to, try and even this one up.
The Golden Eagles are driving into the Otero side again. They're down in that corner once again, though. Otero still keeps doing a good job of trying to keep them pinned over and not crossing the ball. But they're up in the mid, and it's been another good defensive play by Otero, and they're getting it down the field again. Back over on the fast break on LCCC side. The LCCC defender got there, and they have control again.
Cordoba with the ball now here on the left side, right towards midfield, passing it back, just trying to reorganize, getting it to Sanchez, back to Johnson. It's Johnson almost getting the ball stolen right now. Back to Cordoba, back to Sanchez. Sanchez just kicks it across midfield with Rosales sitting there ready to dribble it. With Garcia with the ball now, passing it up to Cordoba deep into the Rattler territory before Anthony Acosta for the Rattlers just goes with the diving kick to get this one out of bounds and let the Rattler defense reorganize itself as the Golden Eagles now have the possession here, threatening to score another goal. Cordoba now with the ball on the side. Cordoba passing this one across the field. Not sure where that one was going, sending this one out of bounds back over to the Rattlers as they take over possession. All right, as we get ready to reset here, the goalie, as the players come back across midfield, the goalie is getting ready to set for the Rattlers and put this one back into play. Omar Coronel is the current goalie for the Rattlers. He sends this one right to the midfield here in the middle. With a good play by Rondone, a nice header, knocking this one back out of bounds as we sit here to reset again. Now we have Caleb Schultz here for Otero Community College, getting ready to throw this one in, getting this one into Carter McGee. The defense for the Rattlers just getting this one across midfield, trying to make a play. Haven't had a whole lot of offense recently from the Rattlers. It's mostly been the Golden Eagles, just they haven't been able to get that. They haven't been able to find the scoreboard yet. As the Rattlers make a push here in the Golden Eagle territory. Wow, a crazy shot on goal there by Mark Haedy, almost getting it in, just missing the outstretched hand. With the outstretched hands of Hayes, able to keep that one out of the goal now. Possession back as the Golden Eagles bring it here across midcourt. Garcia has the ball up the left side, dribbling it back here into the middle, trying to fight through all these defenders. Rosales and Garcia were both deep into territory that time, just surrounded by a bunch of Rattler defenders who knocked that one out of bounds. Cordoba passes this one into Rosales. Rosales passing it back to Cordoba. Now to Garcia, who's deep into Garcia, going for a shot on goal this time. This one just a little bit far behind the net. Knocking this one out of bounds with the possession going back to the Rattlers. Now, as we are 23 minutes, 45 seconds away from halftime, just a little past halfway. The halfway mark, the Rattlers for Otero Junior College are currently leading this one 1-0. As Coronel sends this one across midfield, back into Golden Eagle territory. A play's being made as the Golden Eagles as this one is knocked out by the Golden Eagle defenders. We will reset here as the remaining players move down to this side of the field. All right, a little bit of break in the action, Cody. So what are you seeing so far? What do you think? What's been your take? How the Golden Eagles kind of responded these last few minutes?
Well, I think LCCC's almost executed their game plan. They're keeping the ball down on the other side of the field on the, in the Otero territory, but Otero's short bursts when they get the ball and get it under control down in LCCC's territory seem to be a lot more effective. They seem to be getting a lot closer on their shots.
Yeah, Hayes making another save on this. I'm trying to punt this one across the midfield, sending this one out of bounds. giving the possession back over here to the Rattlers as they get ready to set up. We're searching for the ball. They're getting ready to set up here. And we get this thing back rolling. Putting this one back in the play on the Rattler side. The Rattler defenders passing it around, trying to bring this one up back across the midfield. As the Golden Eagle defenders swarm to them, ball's now across the midfield, sending this one over to the far side. Sent out of bounds this time. Possession going back to the Laramie County Golden Eagles. As they get ready to reset here, we have Dana Smith getting ready to pass it in for the Golden Eagles. Ball kick this time, caught by the Rattler defender, sent towards Andrew Hayes' way, but that was a soft, easy one. He was able to pick that one up and now puts this one back in play. Passing the ball to Sanchez. Sanchez bringing it up. Sanchez getting it to Rondon. Rondon to Cordova. Cordova dribbling across the middle of the field, getting it across midfield to Rondon. Rondon getting it to Munoz this time as Munoz dribbles right into the middle of the field. Munoz going to the middle of the field. This time stopped up by a Rattler defender before they swarmed on him and kicked this one out of bounds, just so they could allowing the defense to reset. They come across the midfield now. Jonathan Ruvalcaba with the ball. Ruvalcaba dribbling this one, trying to get between the defenders. Unsuccessful that time. Turnover. Possession now with the Rattlers as Hardy takes this one across the midfield. Hardy trying to get it to his teammate, but Sanchez there in the way to steal it and get the ball back for the Golden Eagles. Sending this one across the midfield where Munoz is there, but that one's stolen by a Rattler defender that time. As now we have Smith getting the ball back to Munoz across the midfield, sending this one into Rattler territory, who sends it to Rondon. Rondon passing it over to Cordova there on the far left side. Cordova trying to dribble it past the defender, now just waits to see if he can get some help. Rondon to the ball now to Rosales. Rosales back to Cordova. Must have been a little bit of a trip now. We have a turnover and the possession going back over to the Rattlers of Otero Junior College. A little bit of break as Canal passes it in now. Bringing the ball up the right side here. Passing it around, trying to keep it away from the Golden Eagle defenders. Getting it back to the goalie. Goalie sending this one across the midfield. But Sanchez is there to pick it off for the Golden Eagles. As the ball moves, Cuevas with the ball now. Passing it to Hardy. But a good play, though, by the Laramie County defenders on this one. As Munoz now has the ball, getting it up to the midfield. Munoz looking around for a teammate as he has Ruvalcaba. Ruvalcaba going right into the midfield, dribbling it, passing it out to Cordova here on the left side. Looks down. Cordova looks down the field, now back over to Munoz. Munoz going in, this time picked off by the defender and sent back out of the red. Set back out of the red zone here as Belawamu takes the ball, taking it across midfield for the Rattlers. Dribbling this time, sending that one across to Brian Gonzalez, who was sneaking up the right side, but another great save by Andrew Hayes to keep that one out of the goal. As the Golden Eagles bring this one back across midfield, Cordova just pushing it, getting this one to the goal. It seemed like Munoz had been coming across the field that time, but he just mistimed the kick. As the ball now goes across the midfield over here to Brian Gonzalez of the Rattlers. He's taking this one up the far right side, trying to dribble it past Sanchez. Sanchez with a great steal opportunity, the two fighting for it. A little bit of a tripping by Gonzalez, switching this one, giving the possession back over here to the Golden Eagles. As Rondon gets it, taking this one, passing it to Cordova. Cordova passing it to Munoz. Munoz setting it to the far side, getting over to Francisco Garcia. Garcia dribbling there over the right side, getting it back to Munoz in the middle. Munoz makes a move, tries to dribble past the Eagle defenders, unsuccessful this time.
Triple C's, they're getting the ball down there in Otero territory, but they're just passing the ball around, trying to get a setup too much and not getting any of the shots on goal they need to actually score points. Yeah,
because the one thing they really have been unable to get a clean shot on goal so far in this match. And like you were saying, they put a lot of shots on goal. There's been a lot of pressure going on. It just doesn't seem they've been able to get any clean shots.
Yeah, all the shots they've taken, there's definitely been big defenders between them and the goal, other than the goalie, and a couple of them have been pretty far out too. They weren't. They're just kind of kick it and hope. Not. Yeah, this is going to be a shot for sure. Shots.
Yeah, as we have our first yellow card of the match being given out to Blaze Belumawa for the Rattlers. It looked like Blaze had gotten into a little bit of a harsh tripping situation, knocking it down, getting his first yellow card, and now having to go see the bench for a little while as his coach doesn't look too happy at the outcome of this last little skirmish. Yeah, it looked like it was a tripping on that one with the position now going back to the Laramie County Golden Eagles. As Sanchez is ready to set on the free kick. Sanchez sitting this one down by the Rattler goal. Defended and brought back across midfield by the Rattlers as they try to push back here and deep into the Golden Eagle territory. This one stopped by Ben Harris now, getting tripped up a little bit of a skirmish on that one, getting the ball being sent out of bounds as both teams will reset now with Andrew Hayes, the goalie for the Golden Eagles, getting ready to reset and send this one back out. And we see a couple substitutions making an appearance there for Otero Junior College as they get ready to reset here. Andrew Hayes now scanning the field, looking for the right spot to put it. Andrew Hayes kicking this one, sends this one right about midfield now for the defender before Carter McGee comes in with a strong header, sending this one right at his opponents on the bench over there. Now here we're back in the action as the ball comes across midfield. Golden Eagles trying to make a push. So it's stolen by the Rattlers. You bring it across back over to the midfield. Stolen this time again. A little bit of a back and forth kicking on this last one as Johnston finally gets control of it, gets it across midfield over here to Cordoba. Cordoba drawing it up the midfield, getting it to Rondon. Rondon right in the middle, dribbling, trying to look for a teammate to get it to. Gets it into Ruvalcaba, back to Rondon, going into the middle, trying to get that one to Rosales, but the outstretched foot of the Rattler defender knocked that one out. Now Cordoba, we see Cordoba now with the ball here on the left side in the Rattler territory. Rondon pass again to Rosales. Rosales, the ball gets it back out to Cordoba here on the left side. Cordoba dribbling. Cordoba going for us. A lob pass kick. That one's sailing a little bit too far on him, giving the possession back now to the Rattlers as they kick this one out of bounds, and we have to reset yet again.
Yeah, we're getting a lot of midfield back and forth now. That doesn't surprise me with two extremely competitive teams playing today.
Yes, now we have a strong collision there on the side as the Golden Eagles maintain possession here in the Rattler territory.
Might be getting a little chippy out there.
Yes, it is. You can see these collisions are starting to get a little bit more intense now as the game starts to go on. We are 15 minutes away here from halftime here at Laramie County Community College. The Golden Eagles are currently trailing the Otero Junior College Rattlers 1-0 right now here in the first half of today's contest. As the Rattlers take this one across midfield, a nice move being made by Jamalu Esakwu for the Rattlers this time. With the Rattlers maintaining possession here in Golden Eagle territory, putting another shot on goal. Esakwu putting a shot on goal that time, sending that one just a little bit left of the goalpost. Hayes not even really having to make an attempt or put his hands in the way on that one. Possession going back to the Golden Eagles as they get ready to set up here.
Yeah, there was some good defense by the Golden Eagles getting it out of there, not letting them have those good crosses, because they had a couple good crossover passes that could have ended in good shots there, but they stopped it.
Yes, as Rosales brings this one upfield, trying to passing the ball to Jacob Alvarez. Alvarez unable to maintain control, and that one sails out of bounds. As the Rattlers try to bring this one back in, we have another ball going out of bounds this time. See the possession again, staying with the Laramie County Golden Eagles. As we are ready for a couple substitutions here. We see Cordova making his exit. We see Fernando Uribe making his first appearance into the game, coming in for Adrian Cordoba. As we see the ball, a little bit of confusion here. Tossing the ball out of bounds. It looks like the Golden Eagles will maintain possession on a free kick, getting this one into play. The Eagles taking this one down the far side of the field. As Alvarez trying to make a play. Alvarez still dribbling, trying to make a play on, trying to find a teammate to get it to. Oh, passing that one. Seeing that one with a good pass there. Uribe. Uribe is right in front of the goal. Unfortunately, that ball came in a little bit too hot for his head to control, and he put a header back out of bounds, giving the possession back to the Rattlers of Otero Junior College. As the players get set, heading back over the midfield, the goalie gets ready to kick, sending this one to the midfield now. As a couple headers trying to make a play on it. Heading down here into the corner. We have Ben Harris defending, and this time just kicking it out of bounds on that one, just to allow the Golden Eagles to reset with Sanchez making that play, trying to stop the fast break opportunity by the Rattlers.
Yeah, LCCC once again with some good defense to stop them from getting any clean shots on goal.
As the Rattlers toss this one back into play, we have some dribbling down here. The ball is currently down in the Golden Eagles' far territory. Before that one was kicked out of bounds. The possession going back to the Golden Eagles as they get ready to reset. Here, sending this one towards the midfield. Hayes gets ready to kick this one, sending this one up towards the midfield. Caught on a header this time, taken by Rosales. Rosales with the possession. Rosales sending it up the field now to Ruvalcaba. Ruvalcaba dribbling all the way down, sailing right past the Rattler defenders. Unfortunately, that time just getting his leg a little bit too far under it, sailing that goal shot, giving the possession back to the Rattlers of Otero Junior College. Again, a nice push that time, going from end to end in about 10 seconds. That was a quick, fast break. Unfortunately, wasn't able to capitalize that one with a goal. But the pressure, like we said, the pressure is still on. And the Golden Eagles now, you can tell the focus is just trying to get that signature goal so we can bring this back to zeros. All right, now a penalty this time. It's a penalty this time by the Golden Eagles, giving a free kick now for Jonathan Cuevas of the Rattlers, who's trying to set up his teammates, see where he needs to kick it. Passing this one into play. We have a whistle now. Whistle on the play here is Rosales having a brief discussion with the referee as we are set to redo this free kick. Cuevas.
They were letting their players get back on sides.
Oh, okay. Cuevas now passing it in, getting it right into the middle of the field. Cuevas back with the goal, going with another shot attempt. That was kind of a give and go situation there between the Rattlers, between Alan Acosta and Jonathan Cuevas. They'll give and go, trying to go for the goal this time, just sending this one a little bit far right.
Yeah, really clean shot this time, but he just put too much on it to the right. It wasn't quite there.
Hayes now sending this one back over, getting it to the midfield. Possession taken by the Rattlers this time, still in the possession. Isaku with it now. As we see Cesar Delgado for the Rattlers trying to fight off and get possession here, but great defense right now. Great defense right there by Uribe to keep the possession, to keep the ball, to distract Isaku on that one, and ultimately get the possession back for the Golden Eagles.
Yeah, a lot of pushing and hand fight down there, but the Reds are letting them play.
Eduardo Sanchez sends this one back into play. Sanchez getting this one across the midfield. Rondon going for the header this time. Rosales getting possession across the midfield. Gets this one out to Rondon. Uribe with possession now. Stolen by the Rattler defense. Getting this one across the midfield. Great play, good defense by Sanchez to stop the fast break. As now the Rattlers have to push this one back into their territory as Rosales makes a kick to knock this one out of bounds, allowing them to reset. Caleb Schultz now for the Rattlers, getting ready to throw this in. As he scans the field, gets it into Cuevas. Cuevas passing it back to Carter McGee. McGee kicking this one across midfield. And a good defensive play by Ben Harris to try and header this one and get it out of the Rattler possession. We find ourselves now in the corner. The Rattlers still with possession now as a Good defense. Good defense on this play by Dana Smith to knock the ball out, out of the Rattlers' possession and get the ball back here as the Golden Eagles are coming across the midfield, dribbling across. Here on the far side is it Ruva Kalba going in. Ruva Kalba dribbling right to the middle, putting a shot on goal this time, right into the hands of the Otero goalkeeper. As Cuevas takes possession for the Rattlers, sending this one across the midfield, getting this one to Acosta. As the ball is now deep in the territory, a good move by Cesar Delgado for the Rattlers, ending up on top of these guys' heads. We had a serious collision on that one, but no penalty call. Well, as you were saying, Cody, they're really kind of letting these guys play on their own terms today.
Yeah, that was incidental contact. I don't think that he picked him up and dropped him on purpose, but they're definitely letting him play.
It's good. That's always nice. It's always nice to see when the players can actually determine the outcome of the match, and we're seeing that here today as a shot on goal was made by Blaine Christensen. Now giving the possession back over to the Rattlers as Dana Smith takes this one now, getting it across the far side, passing this one to Jacob Alvarez. Alvarez getting it to Rondon. Alvarez back with the ball, taking up the far right side in the Rattler territory. Had it stolen from the Rattler defenders as Carter McGee tries taking this one across the midfield solo. Ben Harris now trying to make a good play there, sticking his leg right out in front of the defenders. Wow, and Andrew Hayes making a quick play coming outside the goal to make that stop. And now gets this one across the field, getting this one up to Uribe, takes it across midfield. Uribe just kicking it past Laramie defenders as Rosales is there to take the pass. Rosales now finding with it, having it stolen as Ruva Kalba making a play on defense. And now Schultz passing across. The Rattlers now kicking it across, playing a little bit of keep away on the defensive side, just trying to reset themselves as they pass it now across the midfield. Acosta taking it across. Across the field, a little bit, a kick right in the middle as Smith gets in the way of that one. And now we have Alvarez making a play on this defensively, trying to get the ball back. Possession now with the Rattlers as the Rattlers try to make a shot on goal. This one a little bit too far to the left. Hayes not really even have to make a play on this one, giving the possession back to the Laramie County Golden Eagles.
No, he didn't have to make a play on that one, but the Golden Eagles are going to be thanking him at the end of the day if they win, because he's been a pretty busy man back there.
Yes, he has been incredibly active. He is getting his money's worth today. As Ruba Kalba has the ball, getting it to Rondon, this time back to Ruba Kalba, sending it on the far side over to Alvarez as Alvarez takes it up the right side of the field, dribbling, trying to find a hole in the defense, taking a shot on goal this time, a little bit way too high, a little bit way too far. No, I couldn't tell if he was trying to do one of those lob passes that may have got sailed on him. I know the wind's kind of blowing out here, though. I don't know if we can blame the wind on that one. That was just kind of an off shot, but hey, it's all right. These guys are out here running around being very aggressive, and again, it's another shot on goal.
You're going to get some strange ones when you're playing hard.
Yes, as the Rattlers send this one back across the midfield, Cuevas trying to header it for the Rattlers. Good defense by Dana Smith to kick this one back across the midfield out of bounds and let the Golden Eagles reset.
Yeah, the LCCC bench has really helped out on defense today. They've had a lot of guys come in halfway, three-quarters of the way through, and they've done a really good job down there on the defensive end.
As the Rattlers put the ball back in play again, Dana Smith knocking this one out of bounds. He's not giving the Rattlers an inch today. All right, as the ball comes back into play, the defenders swarm around the Rattlers, and a penalty kick on this one. Looked maybe a little bit of high, instead of high kicking on this one, it looked like. Giving the possession a free kick now for Dana Smith of the Golden Eagles. Smith sending this one across the midfield. Munoz still down there. Munoz trying to fight for it. As Rosales has it now. Rosales gets it back out to Alvarez. Alvarez going down the right side now. Alvarez getting it to Munoz. Munoz dribbling it just past in the corner. Wow, Munoz with the nice lob pass to Rosales to Rondon on that one. Munoz with a nice pass down there in the corner, a lob pass to Rondon. Rondon just had to slightly head that one in. What'd you think about that one, Cody?
Oh, that was a beautiful pass and a beautiful header to get right in there. It was perfectly set up. But it looks like the goalie for the Otero is caught up in the net now.
Uh-oh.
One of the eligible C players, he's out of there, it looks like.
So it may have been the use of a prop that helped us get that goal. But regardless, like we've been talking about the entire first half, we are 3.5 minutes away from halftime, so a perfect time to tie this game back up. The Golden Eagles have been fighting really hard, taking a million shots trying to get that goal. And then you see how this one turns out. A great kick from the corner right into an open header for Rondon. That was just like a bread and butter easy play. But when you work hard, those kind of plays come your way.
Yeah, those easy plays don't happen very often. Most of the time when these guys are out here, it's a dogfight.
Kiss and I, we're here not up at 1-1 with the Golden Eagles back here in Rattler territory trying to capitalize and get another goal adding on to that one. Oh, as a penalty comes in now. It looks like Ruva Kalba just getting tackled by the Rattler defender this time. Not even making a play on the ball, but going straight for the legs.
Yeah, he looked like he might have been a little angry on that one. Don't want to let your emotions take over and get you put off your game.
No, so then what this does, this constitutes a penalty shot. So now we find Munoz, who was the assister on this last goal. He now has a chance to put himself up on the board and give the Golden Eagles a lead late here in the first half.
One-on-one with Munoz is not a good place for a goalie to be.
Munoz getting ready to set. Munoz scanning out the goalie, trying to pick out which side he wants to attack. Munoz going for the goal this time, kicking it to the left side of the goalpost. On the free kick that time, knotting it up at 2-1 now, giving the Golden Eagles a lead. What a great free kick that time. Like you said, you got Munoz one-on-one. The chances of success for the goalie that time are slim to none.
Yeah, the goalie was definitely at the disadvantage there on those penalty kicks that close to the goal, especially against Munoz.
Yeah, and how about this? For over at least for 30 minutes of the first half of this match, the entire lead, the momentum was all on the Otero Junior College side. And within a matter of less than a minute, we see 2 goals here from the Golden Eagles to put themselves back on top.
Yeah, and it happens that way sometimes. Sometimes you get the points in spurts. Sometimes it takes all day to get any. But that's the way this game goes. It can change momentum and in a heartbeat. Any second it can happen.
All right, now as Rondon steals it, we now have the Rattlers in. We now find the Rattlers in Golden Eagle territory as Rondon comes in to make a steal. A little bit of a trip that time on the foul, giving a free kick to the Rattlers. Here close to midfield. As Cuevas gets ready to set up, scanning the field, trying to get his. Cuevas sends this one now, trying to send a lob pass by the goal. Is Andrew Hayes going to make a play on it? Getting knocked out. Governor's getting foot to back that time by Carter McGee for the Otero Junior College Rattlers.
Yeah,
but
he's got about a foot on him, and when they hit midair, it was a pretty rough collision.
Yeah, it was, but Hayes was able to get back up, make the kick, and put this one back into play. As the Gold Eagles now have possession, getting this one across midfield. Rosales going down the far right side. This one sailing out of bounds, giving the possession back to the Rattlers this time. So now we are a minute away from halftime. You can expect both teams to be getting – this is the final surge before they go into their break time. So I imagine we're going to be seeing a lot of action, a lot of aggression here on these last few possessions in the first half.
Yeah, we'll definitely see a strong push one way or another for one of the teams to try to get another point before halftime.
As the Rattlers take possession, trying to push this one to the midcourt, stolen by the Golden Eagles, who now gets the ball to Munoz deep in the corner again, where he made that really nice pass the last time they scored a goal. He passes this one back out to Dana Smith, who's tripped up by a defender, now on another free kick. Excuse me, that wasn't Smith, that was Blaine Christensen. As Rondon has the ball now, Rondon trying to make another shot on goal, but Caleb McGee got in the way this time, hitting it back to Rondon and sending this one out of bounds where the goalie's now ready to kick, sending this one across the midfield in the Golden Eagle territory. Dayton Smith trying to make a play on the ball defensively. Ben Harris getting controlling the possession now, getting it back into the Golden Eagles as we send it toward midfield. And that is going to end our first half, folks. Like I said, we are currently here. We are down here at Laramie County Community College. The Golden Eagles just took a 2-1 lead in the final 5 minutes of play here in the first half before we go into the halftime. Again, Laramie County Golden Eagles are up 2-1 on the Otero Junior College Rattlers. I'm Mitchell Bean.
And I'm Cody Fox.
All right, this was your first half here down at Laramie County Community College. We'll be back here in a little bit to start your second half.
For various reasons, many college students get close but don't finish their college degree or certificate. LCCC is working to help those students complete.
The completion agenda is simply about getting more students to complete a higher education credential, a degree or a certificate, something that will help them be successful in their future.
This is a national concern as the United States is slipping in comparison to other countries on their completion rates.
That and the fact that more and more jobs require some education beyond high school necessitates some action. So we need to shift our focus from just getting people into college and actually getting them to complete a credential.
LCCC has a nice head start, graduating the most students in the college's history this past year, despite the decline in enrollment.
The Board of Trustees has committed to an increase each year of 5% in the number of completions that we have. And in our first year of tracking this, we increased by 12%. I mean, that's pretty amazing.
Strategies and new practices are being put into place to help with this agenda that ultimately better serve students, including clearly mapped programs, mandatory orientation, high-touch advising, and improved developmental coursework.
We're finally talking about student completion versus just student enrollment. We're really helping students to look at and focus on that end goal. And even before we are able to implement a lot of the things that we know will help, we're seeing those positive movements because we're focused on it.
I'm Lisa Murphy with this Laramie County Community College Spotlight.
Hi, I'm Katie Wells, and this is my LCCC story. I was born in Maryville, Missouri. I was a pretty cute baby, and then I went to Minnesota for just a little bit. Then I moved to South Dakota for 8 years. Oh, and that's the fish hatchery. You know, the fish need some bubbles. And finally ended up in Cheyenne, Wyoming. Growing up, I always dreamed about becoming a princess, but after some doctor's appointments, that seemed like a fun career too. Growing up with two brothers, I learned I didn't want to be a princess anymore and got into sports. I played all of the sports but wasn't good at them all. I was really just good at soccer. I liked soccer so much I played for Cheyenne Central High School. Go Indians and Pluck the Duck. Is that how you draw braids? I did well in school and had lots of good friends. See, we're even holding hands. I got involved doing yearbook and DECA, and I got to go to Disney World, but was eager to move on to do something bigger and different. So I took extra classes and graduated early, but I still didn't know what I wanted to do for a career, so I applied to go to Ecuador through the Rotary Youth Exchange and got to take my first trip out of the country. Is that a plane or is that a bumblebee? And when did Ecuador become a square? While I was there on a Skype call home, my mom got me thinking about college applications. I looked into UW, CU, CSU, and a few others that were kind of expensive. My mom didn't crush those dreams, but essentially said, "How poor do you want to be?" Thanks, Mom. My dad made the grand suggestion that I look at LCCC. He had taken classes there and said it would be a good place to figure out what I wanted to do. Plus, they had great scholarships and would bring me back home, which I didn't really like, to be honest. But come home I did, and I became a golden eagle at LCCC. This is the only way I know how to draw birds. It's an eagle, I promise. I was worried there wouldn't be much else to do, and I would be bored a lot, but I was happy to discover lots of opportunities to get involved. I joined the campus activities board and made lots of friends and helped plan some fun events. Balloons. From there, I got involved in student government, which was great because I was an executive and learned a lot of life skills and became a voice for the students. And I really got connected with LCCC staff members, which landed me a job in the Admissions and Welcome Center as an orientation leader, helping other students become a Golden Eagle. That's still a Golden Eagle. During all this, I of course was also going to classes to get my Associate of Arts in General Studies, which I was so happy to complete and graduate in 2014. Yay! Yay! With all these experiences, I finally learned what I wanted to study at my next stop at the University of Wyoming, majoring in communications with a double minor in business management and international relations. Thank you, LCCC, for changing my perspective and transforming me into the motivated, successful student that I am and will continue to be.
various reasons, many college students get close but don't finish their college degree or certificate. LCCC is working to help those students complete.
The completion agenda is simply about getting more students to complete a higher education credential, a degree or a certificate, something that will help them be successful in their future.
This is a national concern as the United States is slipping in comparison to other countries on their completion rates.
That and the fact that more and more jobs require some education beyond high school necessitates some action. So we need to shift our focus from just getting people into college and actually getting them to complete a credential.
LCCC has a nice head start, graduating the most students in the college's history this past year, despite the decline in enrollment.
The Board of Trustees has committed to an increase each year of 5% in the number of completions that we have. And in our first year of tracking this, we increased by 12%. I mean, that's pretty amazing.
Strategies and new practices are being put into place to help with this agenda that ultimately better serve students, including clearly mapped programs, mandatory orientation, high-touch advising, and improved developmental coursework.
We're finally talking about student completion versus just student enrollment. We're really helping students to look at and focus on that end goal. And even before we are able to implement a lot of the things that we know will help, we're seeing those positive movements because we're focused on it.
I'm Lisa Murphy with this Laramie County Community College Spotlight.
All right, hey, ladies and gentlemen, we're back here just moments away from the start of the second half between the Laramie County Community College Golden Eagles and the Otero Junior College Rattlers. Just giving a little bit of recap to the first half. The Golden Eagles were trailing for the majority of it, down 1-0, as the Rattlers score a goal within the first 5 minutes of play, taking the lead until almost the last 5 minutes. The last 5 minutes here in the first half, and then two quick goals, two great plays. Munoz on a great pass play from the corner, hitting it into Rondon, who got the header for the first goal to tie it up. And then just seconds later, we had a penalty kick now where Rondon was able to kick it in and take the lead here to end the first half. So Cody, just kind of talk about what do the Golden Eagles have coming up here in the near future?
Oh, well, the LCCC men will be on the road for the next few games before returning for the final home game of the season against Western Wyoming Community College. However, the Golden Eagles have already beaten the Mustangs 5-0 last Saturday on September 24th. The Mustangs are 6-5-1, but 4-2-1 in the conference.
All right, and speaking of 5-0, the Otero Junior College Rattlers are 5-0 in their last 5 meetings against the Golden Eagles. But so far here through one half, it looks like the Golden Eagles may be able to turn the tide now if they can just hold on to the lead here. Like I said, they haven't beaten Otero Junior College in 3 years, so a win today would mean a lot, not only for would not mean only a lot for on the win scale, but also a big moral victory, showing that they were able to get over that hump. So now here we are right here starting out the second half as the Golden Eagles are right into the territory, defended this time, getting it back across into Golden Eagle territory as Ben Harris now has the ball, kicking it back to Andrew Hayes on the goalie. We have switched sides now, so we can see the Golden Eagles are now heading from south to north here to start this second half. This ball now here is in Rattler territory. Francisco Garcia is now dribbling the ball for the Golden Eagles as he dribbles it across, getting it right back to the middle, passing it this time to Alvarez. As he gets the ball dribbling across, taking a shot on goal that time. Carter McGee getting in front of that one and knocking it out of, getting the possession back over to the Rattlers. As the ball sent now across the midfield, Dana Smith making a play on it, getting the ball now to Christensen as Christensen tries to get the ball across midfield. Christensen running right into a couple of Rattler defenders before play is made defensively to get the ball back to the field. A little bit of back and forth right now as the ball goes out of bounds. The Rattlers will maintain possession.
Yeah, it looks like LCCC's starting off right where they left off in the first half, putting a lot of pressure on the Otero defense and trying to get a lot of shots down there on goal.
Yeah, showing a lot of aggression. They got the lead there quick, and it seems like they just want to add on to it and come out here with a comfortable victory. Currently operating on an 8-game win streak now, so success has been in the ledger, at least as of recent, for the Laramie County Golden Eagles as they try to build and extend this streak to 9. So now we hear the Rattlers sending this one across the midfield now into Laramie County, into Golden Eagle territory as the ball goes up the far right side. Rattlers dribbling up with a big defensive play this time made by Christensen. Christensen, it seems to be, to knock the ball out of bounds and allow the Golden Eagles to reset down here in their own end zone. We keep breaking the action as they are getting ready to reset. All right, now we have Acosta. We have Alan Acosta going in here to take the corner kick. As both teams try to reset their guys here on the midfield to get in the perfect position. We see Acosta now going for the kick. Acosta sending this right to the middle of the field. Carter McGee going for the header this time, sending this one a little bit over the goal, out of bounds. Possession going back to the Golden Eagles.
Yeah, and that was a great setup, crossing that over that way, but just looked like it had too much heat on it, going over the goal by quite a few feet.
Yeah, McGee said he got a good header. It just seemed like he wasn't able to get on top of the ball this time and head it down, and kind of airmailed it a little bit. But now the Golden Eagles have possession as they pass this one, get the ball back across the midfield, sending this one out about Sanchez kicking that one out. The Rattlers putting this one back into play as they kick it across the midfield. McGee with the ball, getting a lot of pressure from Munoz as Munoz forces the ball back to the goalie as he kicks it across the midfield now. Ruvalcaba on the header this time. Rattlers now a little bit of confusion, just getting this one across into Golden Eagle territory. There's a little bit of a stumble that time by Scott McGuane, knocking this one out of bounds, giving the possession back to the Golden Eagles as Sanchez over here on the far side is getting ready to throw it in. Just waiting for the reset now as the ball comes back across the midfield. Oh, and the free kick for Sanchez. Sanchez kicking it into Rattler territory. Ball knocked out of bounds again on a header by McGee this time, as now we reset to throw it back in. Sanchez now throwing it in again this time, getting the ball to Munoz. Munoz with the header. Kicked back out of bounds again. Kick towards the sideline again. Possession still in the Laramie County Golden Eagles. For the Golden Eagles this time, as McGee comes in to kick this ball as high as the eye can see, out of bounds. A little bit over the top, but if you want to get the ball out of bounds and make sure there's nothing, that's what you got to do. So now the ball back in play. Munoz with the ball now, getting deep into Laramie territory with a goal shot attempt. Another goal by Munoz. This time coming across the left side back to the midfield, catching the defenders off guard, and a quick shot on goal.
Yeah, the constant pressure is starting to show on the Otero defense, and the more shots that get put down there on goal, the more shots they're going to make, and it's starting to happen.
Yes, we're seeing the same thing that the Golden Eagles ended the first half on with a very aggressive streak. They started the same. They're showing the same motions out here in the second half early. We're able to put the pressure on them and get that early goal. Munoz now with 2 goals in the game and 1 assist. So,
yeah, he's having another big game.
Yeah, if there's one person you can really pinpoint and showed who's been a game changer so far in this match has been Rafael Munoz. But now here we're back in play as the ball goes out of bounds. Possession going to the Golden Eagles as Sanchez throws this one in back to Munoz. This time Munoz slips, trying to make the header. This time in Garcia knocking it out of, with Jordan Garcia knocking it out of bounds for the Golden Eagles, giving the possession back to the Rattlers. As the Rattlers now have possession, taken across midfield. Strong defense there by Sanchez to get the ball back. Now Ruvalcaba taking it down the middle of the field, passing it across Passing it across the field to Francisco Garcia, who now dribbles down the right side. Garcia stopping, picking up his dribble, trying to get around the defender, passing this one back in. A little bit too far on the lob pass as the Rattlers take back over possession now. Oh, as it looks, Cordoba trying to make a play on it, slipping, losing his footing on this one, falling down. But however, the possession stays back as Munoz comes to pick the ball up right on the Rattler side in about the middle of the field. Munoz dribbling the ball, passing this one out to Garcia. Garcia scanning the field as he gets the ball into Rubalcaba. Rubalcaba right in the middle of the field, right to Munoz. Munoz down by the goal again, going for another shot. This one just a little bit high this time. Munoz has been a serious threat. Every time they've been down, every time they've been in the Rattler possession, Munoz has found a way to touch the ball close to the goal.
Yeah, and that one was quite a bit over the top of the net there, but the Otero defense is having a real hard time getting the Golden Eagles out of their side of the field. And most of the possession has been on their side of the field for most of the second half.
Yeah, so far a lot of the 50-50 balls have been going the Golden Eagles' way. But this time a penalty looked like a little bit over the top now. The free kick's going to go to the Rattlers as they set up just over the midfield on the Golden Eagles side as Carter McGee scans the field, looking over to the coach, asking where he needs to go. The ref is letting everybody get set up right now as McGee motions over to some of his teammates. McGee with the pass now right into the middle of the field, headed by Garcia this time as both Munoz and Rubalcaba making a play this time to try and get down there. As we see Garcia coming back on the header this time, ball going out of bounds, possession staying with the Golden Eagles. As Garcia looking to toss this one in there, a whistle has been blown. Having a quick break in the action as we get ready here to reset. Smith passing it in now. Smith trying to get the ball into Munoz, throwing it a little bit over his head and sending this one out of bounds. The Rattlers will retake possession now here as the goalie is getting ready to kick the ball across the net. Guys reset, he gets it back into play. The Rattlers now have the ball in their own territory, passing it across the midfield now. Sanchez making a header to get it back in. Cordova with the ball now. Cordova bringing it across, passing this one to Munoz, just shooting him just a little bit overshot on that one, sending it a little bit far and out of bounds. So, Cody, just kind of what do you think? We are about 10 minutes in here to the second half. What's been your take so far and how the Golden Eagles have been looking?
Well, the Golden Eagles are looking great. They're keeping the ball on the Otero side of the field. They're keeping a lot of pressure on the goalie, and Otero's having a really hard time clearing the ball out of their end and get a chance to maybe get a shot down the other end.
Yeah, we'll see. It kind of been a turn of the tables. You know, the Rattlers came out very hot in the first half, getting a goal early, and now we see the tables have turned. The exact same things happened for the Golden Eagles here in the second half. So let's see if they can keep up this momentum as we continue here in the second half. Smith on the play now. Garcia with the ball, just getting it across the midfield, passing it now to Christensen. Christensen taking it back across the middle as they dig deeper, dribbling it deeper into Rattler territory. He passes it now to Garcia here on the right side as Garcia has the ball, dribbling it past the defender a little bit too far, stolen away by the Rattlers. They take possession now in their field now. Hold on, Garcia getting possession back now and putting a shot on goal this time. Just a little bit too far, about just a few feet right of the goal, sending this one out of bounds. But still, Cody, like we've been talking about, another good shot, very aggressive, and just really putting the pressure on the Rattler defenders so far in the second half.
Yeah, we're going on almost 12 minutes with the entire game being played on the Rattler side of the field. So LCCC is really putting the pressure on.
As Cordoba now has the ball down here at the far left side of the field, getting him back here to Garcia as he scans the field before he makes a dribble, getting it into Munoz. Munoz trying to make a move on the Rattler defender, having that one stolen away and knocked out of bounds. The possession going back now to the Rattlers. The goalie gets ready to kick the ball, scanning the field, sends this one to the midfield with Christensen trying to make a move on it. Ball now in as Smith kicks the ball out of the defender's hand, but sent back here deep into Golden Eagle territory is Ben Harris trying to make a play on it. Dana Smith coming in now with the defense, who gets this one up to Garcia. Garcia bringing it back up the left side, bringing it back up the right side, getting it to the midfield, Passing it now to Ruvalcaba. Ruvalcaba bringing it back to the middle of the field, getting it across into Rattler territory. Ruvalcaba with a nice show of dribbling on this one, but unfortunately it was eventually stolen this time back deep into Golden Eagle territory as Ben Harris just kicks this one out of bounds.
Golden Eagles defender did a good job there of getting it out of bounds, letting the rest of his team get on the other side of the field and make a defensive play here.
Yeah, now as we reset here, Christensen stealing this one. Christensen making a couple nice moves here to get the ball out of the territory of the Golden Eagles as he passes out to Munoz. Munoz taking it across the field, dribbling now deep into Rattler territory, passing the ball to Garcia. Garcia trying to go with a kick, slicing this one a little bit.
Yeah, it looked like that one deflected off one of the defenders as well.
All right, now we have possession now back to the Rattlers as the goalie sends this one across the midfield. Christensen on the header now. Carter McGee kicking this one into Golden Eagle territory as Smith just heads this one back to the goalie. Hayes has it now as the Golden Eagles try to reset. Hayes scanning the field as Hayes picks this one up. Taking his time now, letting it reset before he sends the kick across midfield. Right to the Rattler defenders. Otero defenders now trying to put this one in play. McGee with the ball now, bringing it up. Just trying to calm everybody down. Organized. See, bring it up to about the midfield before the pass is made. Stolen by Sanchez this time. But Acosta managing to pick it up here in the far corner for the Golden Eagles before he kicks it out of bounds going off a Golden Eagle defender. We're going to have us a corner kick here as both teams come down by the Golden Eagle goalpost trying to reset and get themselves in the right position.
Now, Triple C is going to want to keep the middle of that field fairly populated with defenders because last time that crossover on that corner kick almost scored on them.
Yes, they were saved by just they were saved by a high rolling header that time. If it would have been down a couple more feet, it could have been a goal. Now we are here set up for the corner kick. Alan Acosta kicking it in for the Rattlers. Again with Christensen this time with a great defensive header to keep this possession out. Ooh, Munoz going for the high. Munoz trying to kick it this time, calling him for a little bit of a high kick. Looked like he was just trying to make a good play, and the Golden Eagle defender was just trying to head it down, kind of an awkward motion. But anyway, they're going to give the possession now here to the Rattlers here in Golden Eagle territory on the free kick. Cuevas coming in here on the free kick for the Rattlers with that goal. Carter McGee sneaking right in between the Golden Eagle defenders and knocking the ball just past Andrew Hayes for a Rattler goal. Now bringing the score 3-2 now, bridging the gap a little bit on this one. What did you think about that last play?
Looked like one of the Golden Eagles defenders passed it. He knocked it back in towards the goal when he should have tried to get it out of bounds there, and Otero capitalized on it. You know, you got to capitalize on those rebounds off the goal, and that's what they did.
Yeah, that was a really good pass that time by Cuevas on the free kick, getting it right into the middle of a hole, kind of exposing the defense a little bit. Like you said, one of the Golden Eagle defenders trying to make a play on it, but he was the only one around, leaving the ball wide open for McGee to come in and finish off that play with a goal for the Rattlers.
Yeah.
So we're now. Go ahead.
And once, like we were saying earlier, once again they strike fast.
Yes, and now we find ourselves 3-2 now with the ball out of bounds back in the Rattlers' possession. We are about 30 minutes. We have about 30 minutes left in the game. 15 minutes gone here in the second half. And now, as we thought we were going to see the game start to pull away with that last goal by Munoz. Quickly, the Rattlers find themselves back in it with a goal of their own. We're set to resume play. The goalie sending this one across the midfield with a header by Rondon. Garcia taking possession just across the midfield into the Rattler territory, passing this one to Garcia. Garcia taking this one up the right side, dribbling it, scanning the field, trying to get this one to Garcia again, and one of his defenders, but Garcia maintaining possession, eventually stolen and kicked across the midfield by the Rattlers, who've now Sanchez making a play on it, and now Garcia passing it up the field to Francisco Garcia again. Garcia now here in the far corner, trying to dribble it past the defender, getting it into Munoz. Munoz down by the goal again, going for another goal. Munoz just had that one just stolen away that time by McGee. A goal-saving defensive play by McGee there as Munoz was honing in on yet another score. Rondon now coming now to make a play defensively, kind of running into Acosta that time by the Rattlers, constituting another free kick here just over the midfield line in Golden Eagle territory.
Yeah, he's quite a bit bigger than a lot of the players out there. So when he runs into them, sometimes they notice it a little more often.
You're going to see a bit of a collision when he makes contact with you. Yeah, now Cuevas getting ready. Cuevas coming here on the free kick, passing this one back to the midfield. As Acosta now has the ball, passing this one, getting it into the midfield. As the Rattlers still trying to look, digging deeper, passing it across. McGee with the ball now. Ruvalcaba going for the steal. Acosta now with the ball still for the Rattlers, getting this one to the far right side. Losing their footing was one of the Rattler defenders. Now Sanchez taking this one across the midfield, dribbling all the way up there. Now trying to get the pass. That was Cordova on this one. Munoz back with the ball, passing it in to Cordova. Cordova dribbling, giving it back to Munoz in the midfield. Munoz trying to put a shot on goal, sending this one a little bit too far this time. Over the net, out of bounds. Possession going back to the Rattlers of Otero Community College.
Yeah, another little bit of high shot there by Munoz, but they're keeping the pressure on down there, and they're keep getting shots on goal. They've got a lot more in the second half than they did in the first half.
Yeah, they do. And, like you said, they've been aggressive. Really, at this point, they just need to hold on tight. The defense has been really solid. They've stopped a lot of fast breaks. One thing we have been seeing, though, which kind of set them up on the last goal, was they have committed a few penalties here on the Golden Eagles side. Defender, they kind of committed a few penalties, giving up a few free kicks. And when you allow that to happen, the more penalties you have, the more opportunities you allow for the Rattlers to put themselves in position. And, and in soccer, any kind of crazy kick, any wild ball, 50-50 ball can turn into a goal in a heartbeat. You just never know. As Acosta comes in with the free kick now, sending this one a little to the right of the goal, trying to keep it alive this time, going in for the header. Christensen just stepping in the way of that goal shot this time, saving one. Kind of a little bit of a scrum down there as Acosta jumps in, knocking Rosales over. Ruvalcaba ending up with the ball, dribbling this one across the midfield, taking it right down the middle. Ruvalcaba going to the right side a little bit, passing this one to Garcia. Garcia dribbling back, waiting for Rosales to get there. Rosales going for the goal shot, just clipping the top of the goalpost this time. What a great fast break play by the Golden Eagles, just coming up a little bit short, but still keeping the pressure on a good possession, going down and ending with unfortunately ending in a turnover possession, going back over to the Rattlers. As the goalie now scanning the field, we have a couple substitutions coming in as he looks down the field waiting for his teammates to get set. Goalie sending this one across the midfield. The header being made now by the Rattlers, getting a lot of pressure from Sanchez this time as the Rattler defender just kicks when this in the territory. Ben Harris taking possession now. Harris getting it out to Sanchez, past Sanchez, back to Rondon. Rondon passing it out to Garcia here, still in Golden Eagle territory as he brings it to the middle of the field. Now passing it across to the far side over to Cordova, just a little bit out of his outstretched feet.
LCCC did a good job that time of getting that cleared out of there and getting it out of their side of the field.
Yeah, they did. Now that we find them back with the possession as Sanchez has the ball, kicking it to Cordova, back to Sanchez, down to Munoz as Rosales takes the ball. Munoz now with the possession, dribbling deep into the territory, unfortunately kicked away by the Rattler defenders, giving them the possession back. As Smith runs down, we have a one-on-one situation. Smith jumping in with the header to knock that one out. What a good defensive play by Smith, trying to stop that fast break so the Golden Eagle defenders can come down and reset.
Yeah, the Golden Eagles are susceptible when they've got all their players down on the other end of the field to the fast break, and he did a good job stopping it before it ever had a chance to develop more.
This is Rondon gets the ball back as Acosta comes in kicking the ball, airmailing this one almost out of bounds. An outside hitter forward for the outside hitter is just coming in to save that play. Now we bring the ball back into the middle of the field. Another pass. The ball being kicked out of bounds this time for a reset by Nate Johnston. Excuse me. Now as we reset here, the Rattlers still have possession as they get ready to throw it back into play. Scott McGuane throwing it in now for the Rattlers as the dribble. We have a little bit of a lot of bodies down here at the Golden Eagle end as the ball is kicked out of bounds now. The possession going back to the Golden Eagles as we'll take a goal kick as Hayes now grabs the ball and gets ready. Lets his guys get back to the midfield and set up now. Andrew Hayes scanning the field now before he kicks it, sending this one right to the midfield. Rosales there now. Carter McGee with the ball for the Rattlers, bringing this one across the midfield, passing it now. Ruvalcaba coming up on the defense. Rattlers getting in just inside the territory. The ball sent out of bounds this time. Rattlers maintain possession as Brian Gonzalez is attempting to throw it in now for the Rattlers. Rosales looking across the field as we are getting ready here to reset. Rosales throwing this one near the goal to Acosta. Acosta trying to keep it alive. Stolen by Rondon. Ruvalcaba on the seal, passing it to Rondon. Rondon's bringing it up the left side, trying to get it across the midfield. Passing it now to Rosales. Kicked out of bounds by McGee this time, keeping the possession with the Golden Eagles. As Sanchez comes up to throw this one in. Sanchez throwing it up to Munoz this time. A header back out of bounds by the Rattler defenders. Sanchez now with the ball out of bounds, getting ready to throw this one in. Sanchez scanning the field, trying to find a hole to fit it into. Again, another kick out of bounds this time. He's trying to get the Munoz on these last three possessions, and the defense is not giving him it. It's kind of showing at this point they're going to let everybody else but Munoz beat them since he's done so much so far in this game.
Yeah, they've done a good job in the last few minutes of keeping the ball away from him, not letting him get any good crossovers to him, and giving him an open shot. He takes one on goal and goes out of bounds. That was a close one again.
Yeah, Cordova going for the goal shot on this time again, just a little bit high. And you've seen the winds kind of picked up. We've had a few drops of rain, so not ideal weather, and maybe that's having a little bit of an impact on their kicks, making them sail a little bit. But so far, no harm, no foul, as the Golden Eagles still find themselves up 3-2 as we have 21 minutes left here in the second half at Laramie County Community College between the Laramie County Golden Eagles and the Otero Junior College Rattlers.
Yeah, and you mentioned the wind. I've seen a few quick kicks going towards LCCC side that have definitely been affected by it and then blown back this direction.
Yes, we see the Rattlers make another shot on goal, this time well defended by the Golden Eagles as Hayes sends this one across the court. Header this time. Garcia getting the ball, taking it back across the midfield right into Rattler territory, getting it to Munoz. Munoz dribbling. Munoz with the soft dribble, getting it back out to Garcia on the far right side as Garcia scans the field, getting it back to Munoz. A little give and go here between the two. Munoz getting this one back to Rondon in the middle of the field. Rondon going for I guess an attempted goal shot. It looked like he was playing goalie on that situation, trying to kick it back out of his own end. He may have sent that one across the street.
Yeah, that looked like about a 50-yard field goal.
And it was good. As the ball comes back in here, we have Caleb Schultz here with the possession, getting kicked out by Garcia. Caleb Schultz is going to be throwing it in now for LCCC as he gets it to Acosta back into the middle of the field. Acosta bringing it across, kicking it across the field this time and out of bounds. Keep the possession now, giving the possession back to the Golden Eagles as Sanchez is getting ready. As Sanchez gets ready to throw it in.
And we are now down under 20 minutes left in the game.
Sanchez now trying to get it to Rosales down on the far left side, but Carter McGee using his head to send this one back out of bounds. So now we will resume possession down here on the far left side by the Rattler goal as Sanchez gets ready to throw it in again. Getting a little bit too anxious that time, not waiting for the defenders to get set. We're going to have to bring the ball back and throw this one in once again.
And LCCC needs to stay patient. I know they can see the clock counting down and they want to try to be as aggressive as they can, but you don't want to be overly aggressive like what just happened with a little penalty out there.
Yeah, I hope so. McGee came in with a machete attached to his leg and about took off the kneecap of Rafael Munoz, our golden child. So we can't, we need the refs to kind of be on them about that one. That was a little too aggressive on that play, but possession now still here down at the Rattler sideline. This pass thrown right into the goalie. As the Rattlers go on the fast break now, Yamada taking this one across the midfield, getting it, passing it to the middle of the field to Cuevas. Cuevas passing it to the far right side. Great defensive play by by Cordova, keeping the pressure on them that time, really not allowing that fast break to advance. As you can see, Cody, they really kind of had a chance coming here right over by the announcer's booth. There was just two guys and a lot of open field. That cross-court kick gave Cordova the chance to come in there and make a great defensive play.
Yeah, and a couple of quick defensive plays stopped what could have definitely been a potential goal right there. They didn't have any defenders back, and they slowed it down and managed to change the situation.
Yeah, so now we find ourselves here with Sanchez getting ready to throw this in just across the Rattlers midfield in Rattler territory. Rosales with the ball. Munoz taking it now. Cordova dribbling down there on the far left side, giving it to Munoz. Munoz coming back towards the middle of the field, trying to put a shot on goal. This one's still, again, a little bit too high, a little bit too far. But we may have a penalty here on the play. It looks like someone may have been going for the defense and got a little bit of leg on that one. It looks like we're down here for another free kick inside Rattler territory, probably about 20 yards out from the goalpost right now. A tough shot, but very makeable, especially from what we've seen from Munoz today. This is a very makeable shot for him, so we will see as the Golden Eagles set themselves up all across the field down here by the goalpost to see what.
It's looking like he's probably going to cross it up and try to see if he can't get a header in there.
Yes, and he tries this time going for the straight goal shot, a little bit too far left on this time, just missing the goalpost.
Yeah, it looked like he might have duffed that one a little bit on that kick, maybe hit the top of it a little too much, and it didn't have a lot on it.
Yes, but still, now we are here just under 17 minutes, and like you mentioned, Cody, the Golden Eagles they've kind of been anxious, but you can tell they've been putting the pressure on. I know they're probably looking over at the scoreboard. This game can't get over fast enough, but like you said, they're still trying to score, still being very offensive today, and it's really shown well there because you've been stating, they've managed to keep the ball while not scoring. They've kept the ball on the Rattler territory a majority of this second half.
Yeah, and it's soccer. It's a chess match, and you got to keep dominating all the way through until the very end, until that last second ticks off the clock.
All right, we're at a free kick here at the midfield. As a long shot on goal is taken, picked up by Hayes as the Golden Eagles bring this back down. Ruvalcaba now with the pass, getting it across the midfield. Munoz trying to kick it out to his teammate on the far side. Ruvalcaba coming up this time, trying to dribble it out, but this time, Ruvalcaba getting tripped out of bounds, and then while on the ground, getting the ball kicked back in his face by the Rattler defender. Possession now of the Golden Eagles is, it looks like Cordova is going to be coming here on the free kick. Free kick down here by the goalpost. Rondon going for the header this time, but the goalie just stepping right in the way. And fortunately for the goalie, he can use his hands when Rondon can't, able to get the possession going back to the Rattlers. However, kick to the midfield. Cordova stealing it. Cordova back right in Rattler territory, getting it to Rondon. Rondon taking the ball, dribbling it across, sending it across the field to Garcia. Garcia going down the right side of the field. Garcia now with the ball still dribbling, trying to get it past Garcia with a great move. Getting this one into Ron, almost kicking this one to Rosales, and as the Rattler defender trying to make a defensive play and kick this out of bounds, nearly knocking it into his own goal. I think nicking the goalpost that time.
Yeah, that was definitely a close one. He's really glad that one didn't go in. It looks like the LCCC is going to get the corner kick on this one, so watch for Munoz to try to bring it over and see if they can't get another header.
We're going for another lob kick as the Golden Eagles get ready, set up. The Golden Eagles set up here. Munoz with the kick, sending this one right towards the goal. Just over the goalie putting a hand on this one, setting it out of bounds. So it looks like we're not done. We're going to be switching sides. We'll be switching sides of the field. with another corner kick coming from the Golden Eagles. Oh, excuse me, not a corner kick. It was just knocked out of bounds. We have Garcia now throwing this one in as Rosales. It's Schultz now for the Rattlers trying to make a play to get this one out of their own end zone. But now we have Christensen here. We have Christensen here dribbling deep into the territory. Excuse me, that was Nate Johnson stealing the pass, trying to make a play on the ball. Fortunately, sending this one out of bounds, giving the possession. As we head back to the corner this time again, Munoz getting ready to set up for another corner kick. Now here on the right side of the field, Munoz just passing this one in, trying to get this one to Garcia. Garcia not taking the pass so soft, trying to kick it right back to him a little bit too hard, knocking it out of bounds, giving the possession back to the Rattlers of Otero Community College. And we have a quick whistle here real quick, a quick break. All right, as the ref scans the field, they're ready to reset as Schultz getting ready to throw it in now. This kick going back across the midfield, across the field now, trying to get it back, trying to get it into play. The Rattlers making a move this time, but Dana Smith there on the defense, and just kicked out of time. This as Cuevas comes across midfield trying to make play, kicking this one just out of bounds. And now Smith now has the ball, getting ready to throw it in for the Golden Eagles, scanning the field. As the defenders get set up, he sends this one, trying to send this one to Munoz, but a good defensive play made by Martin Soriano on that one to kick it out of bounds and let them reset. But still, we move further down the field and now find ourselves into Rattler territory. Dana Smith again now with the ball, passing this one into Rosales. Cuevas taking it, kicking it to McGee now. The Rattlers getting possession deep in their own territory, getting this one across the midfield. Making a drive down, as we have passing it down here on the left side. Rattlers taking, what a great play made by Nate Johnson to get this one out of bounds. As we see Blaze Balumawa making a good fast break run, entering the game. After he got that yellow card, we didn't see him for a while, and he was the one who had scored that initial goal for the Rattlers and showed a lot of aggression and a lot of skill here early in the game. So we'll see if they can bring him back in, if he can work any magic for the Rattlers as we come in here within these last 11 minutes in the contest.
Yeah, he had a lot of strong plays earlier toward the beginning of the first half, so let's see if he can make a difference for him here towards the end.
We see now as the ball goes out of bounds down here deep in the Golden Eagle territory, we have Traden Windward passing it into Belamawu, getting it right into the midfield, a little bit of a scrum. Cuevas with the ball now, going for that goal shot, sending this one far right, way beyond the goal, giving the possession back to the Golden Eagles.
Yeah,
now,
and that wind's really starting to kick down there, and it's definitely starting to affect shots that go too high in the air. So Otero is going to have to try to keep it low and keep it on the ground, because the wind out here is getting bad, worse and worse by the minute.
Yes, it's going to be close quarter fighting. It's going to have to be some close quarter fighting here to end this match, as the wind is definitely going to start having an impact as we see it picking up. We see a little bit of a scrum here just right at the midfield side. The Golden Eagles able to maintain possession as Dana Smith now gets ready to throw it back in. Smith throwing it far down, back in the Rattler territory, as the Rattlers are able to get back possession, bringing this one back across the midfield. Cuevas kicking it to the far right as Yamada dribbles it up. Yamada dribbling, looking for a place to go. Great defense, great way to get in front of him by Sanchez, as Sanchez and Cordova kind of close in on him there in the corner. But we will keep the possession now here with the Rattlers, as the Golden Eagles knock this one out, as we have a chance to reset. We are now 10 minutes. We are now 10 minutes away from the end of the match, so we can expect to see a lot of aggression and a lot of a lot of aggression and a lot of plays being made here by both teams, as the Rattlers try to tie it and the Golden Eagles try to seal this victory. Kick on the inside as Munoz now has it back up close to the midfield. Munoz taking it across the midfield. Munoz dribbling. Munoz taking this one individually, making a good play on goal. Munoz going in for the Munoz dribbling with a flurry of incredible moves to get past the defenders. Maybe just a little bit too much dribbling, running right into the goalie on that one.
Yeah, that was a pretty exciting play by Munoz, but he failed to get it in there at the end. He might have wanted to slow it down and maybe take some more time off the clock instead of just worry about scoring while they still have the lead.
Oh, wow, going for a nice lob. Belawamu going for another header this time, trying to tie it. A good cross-the-court kick, but this one sent out of bounds, giving the possession back to the Golden Eagles as Dana Smith now gets ready to throw this one in. Smith throwing it in. Schultz stealing it for the Rattlers. Rondon trying to make a play, getting this one out back up close to the midfield as McGee takes the ball now, kicking it back into the far left corner. A little bit too much behind that kick now, sending it out of bounds with the possession going back to the Laramie County Golden Eagles.
Yeah, this game's unraveling a lot like LCCC's last loss to Otero during the regular season. They had the lead until the last few minutes of the game, the last 10 minutes, and Otero scored 2 and put them away. So LCCC's definitely got to keep their heads about them and be patient here and not let anything stupid beat them in this game, because right now they have the lead, but there's still plenty of time left to lose it.
Yes, this game's far from over. It's like we saw in the first half. Otero was leading for pretty much the entire first half, and we saw 2 goals in a span of a minute and a half. So this game can change in a matter of seconds. Garcia's down here deep in the Rattler territory, trying to make a play on the goal, just dribbling it back now out to the corner. Garcia now kicking it, slow dribbling, just playing a little bit of keep away right now. As he eventually lost the ball, sending this one out of bounds back to the Rattlers. As Rattlers put the ball back in place, the ball being sent close to the midfield now. As Belamawamu dribbles down the left side of the field, trying to make an individual play. Then going in for the pass this time, kicking it to the goal. What a great
scores.
Yeah, what a great pay by Balumawa, kicking this one, driving it all the way down the far left side, then making an incredible pass, just right it back into the middle of the field for a goal. I believe the goal was made by Yamada. I want to say it was Yamada who came in coming in from the far right side and just able to stick his leg out there and ink in that goal. Brian Gonzalez, excuse me. Correct me on that one, but Gonzalez coming up the far right side is Balumawa coming up the far left side on that fast break. Like we mentioned today, the fast break's kind of been the one Achilles heel for the Golden Eagles today.
Yeah, he scored 2 goals on those fast breaks, and they don't seem to have anybody on defense that's quite as fast as he is. It doesn't seem like they can keep up with him.
Well, Wallace, a few short minutes ago, we thought the game was all but over. Now we are right back here tied up with a lot of game time to go left. So who knows, it is anyone's game at this point. Momentum completely shifting over to the Rattlers side right now as the Rattlers bring this one back across the midcourt. Balumawa again just getting the ball and going for a long shot on goal this time. Not anywhere close to the net, but putting the pressure again on the Golden Eagle defense. As Hayes now has the ball, gets ready to send this one across the midfield. Ball's out midfield now as Cuevas has the ball, dribbling it down, sending it to Yamada. Yamada dribbling, trying to get this one to Balumawa as Christensen makes the steal, getting this one across the midfield. Ruvakalba now. Ruvakalba dribbling, getting this to Rosales, who's across the midfield into Rattler territory. Rosales dribbling down the far left side, getting this one to Sanchez. Sanchez coming down, dribbling it past. Sanchez trying to make a play on the ball, stolen away by the Rattler defenders as the goalie picks up, grabs the ball, and quickly getting this one to Cuevas right here as Cuevas kicks it across the Golden Eagle side. Wilson with the header, trying to make a play on it. Hayes coming up, grabbing the ball, and throwing this one back in the play to Rondon. Rondon kicking it across the midfield, now into the hands of Cordova. Cordova kicking it back to Rondon, who Rondon's been on the field just on the Rattler sideline. Christensen now with the ball, dribbling it back, sending this one to Sanchez, who's right at on the far midfield. Getting this one up to Cordova. Cordova passing it to Rondon. Who's this Rubalcaba now coming across the field, dribbling on a little bit of a spree now. Rubalcaba making a move. Rubalcaba going for the goal. Rosales this time. Wow, Cordova hitting the goalpost. Bouncing, ricocheting right back out to Rosales, who's right in front of the net. Rosales putting his left foot on it and getting this one in the far right corner. What do you think about that, Cody? Quite the skirt. We've seen quite the goal-scoring spree here in the last few minutes.
Yeah, that was a great offensive effort by LCCC there. The first shot came off of the side post, and they picked up the garbage. They took the shot from the rebound, and they scored on it. And that's what you got to do.
Yes, and good. And, Rubalcaba, he's coming in. He's been very aggressive today. Great dribbling on his part, taking it from the left side of the field, dribbling it back across to the right, getting that shot, putting it on goal, hitting the net, the ball bouncing perfectly to Rosales that time to take the lead back for the Golden Eagles here. As we are now within 5 minutes, we are down to just under 5 minutes left in the game. As Balamuawa is going in trying to make the goal. He is a little bit tackled by Rondon this time, who comes in a little bit too hard on that play. Looks like we're going to have a free kick here for the Rattlers down here deep in the Golden Eagle territory.
Now, that's a pretty good spot to have a free kick. He's got a pretty wide open shot on goal there. There's no defenders that can go between him. There's only two. This could be a big free kick right here.
As Cuevas gets ready to set up, Jonathan Cuevas gets ready to set up for the free kick. Patting this one. Wow, a great play by Rondon that time to get in front of this. Possession goes back now. Cordova with the possession, bringing this one across the midfield. Getting the ball up to Rubalcaba again. Rubalcaba going down the far left side with a nice move this time. Rubalcaba again with a flurry of moves.
Yeah, he was absolutely out there breaking ankles. He had 2 or 3 defenders he put on the ground, and his shot just wasn't where it needed to be.
Like I said, he's really been in the zone, making a lot of good plays, faking out the defenders while maintaining a stride. As Belamawa makes a play of his own this time, driving down. What a great play by Christensen, though, to get in his way and stop the fast break attempt. As Hayes now picks up the ball, throwing this one out to Garcia here on the far right side. Here, just getting across the midfield. Garcia dribbles the ball, taking his time, passing this one up to Rosales down here in the far right corner. Rosales trying to make a play on the ball, just putting his body over the top of it to shield it. Unfortunately, the Rattlers get the ball back as Schultz getting this one back into McGee. He passes on the far side as the Rattlers push to try and get to this one. Just close to midfield, kicking it across the midfield side where Nate Johnson comes on the defense. Johnson able to get the ball back and just kick this one out of bounds, allowing the Golden Eagles to come down and get their defense reset.
That was a good idea to get that one out of bounds so that they could get the rest of their players down there.
Yes, this is. The fast break has really been the one hindrance to their play. That's really the one thing that's killed them. And, we've seen this on several occasions when they've had the chance, just kick it out, reset. They've done that very effectively. And it's really worked miracles so far. All right, now we are down here we're down here in Golden Eagle territory as we are set for the free kick here on the far right side. The Golden Eagle
about to drop under 2 minutes left in the game. So LCCC is going to have to be patient down here and not make any stupid mistakes, any dumb mental errors.
All right, the ball going in bounce with a great play by Dana Smith to head this one back out towards the sideline as Garcia keeps this one in play, passing it up the field to Rubalcaba right in the middle of the field. Rubalcaba going to make a play on the field, getting kicked right in the shin that time.
Yeah, he took a pretty nasty shot to the shin from Cleat there. Hopefully he's all right. He's getting up.
He did.
Looks like he's okay.
Rubalcaba, whether he's okay or not, that was an incredible acting job. Whether that really hurt, he really sold that one. And now the possession goes. The possession going over to the Golden Eagles just here at the midfield. I'll tell you, Rubalcaba, he's a guy, whether he's hurt or not, you don't want to see any sign. He has put on a really good performance today. He said, not getting a goal, but really setting up the opportunity for that last goal, and just his aggressiveness, putting a lot of shots, putting a lot of pressure on the Rattler defense today.
Yeah, he's been in on some key plays. He's had a lot of good assists, a lot of good passing, a lot of lot of help in Raff score.
Dana Smith down here at the midfield, getting ready to kick this one, sending it into the far left corner. Looks like Cordova was there in the vicinity. However, the Rattler defenders getting a header that time, getting back to possession as Balamawa takes this one across court, getting it to.
And that one got a little bit out of control and went out of bounds on him, so it's going to be LCCC's throw-in again. And that's what Otero doesn't want to do now is get ahead of themselves and not be patient because there's still time for them to tie this game up.
Yeah, we're here nearing a minute left, and the Golden Eagles are just like this, very similar. The Golden Eagles just kicking out of bounds, playing keep away, really not showing any attempt to score. So all the pressure right now, we are down just under a minute to go as the Rattlers have possession, trailing the Laramie County Golden Eagles 3-4. Here's Nate Johnson gets the ball, getting it back, just dribbling, getting it to Rondon. Rondon playing a little keep away now. Rondon kicking this one to Sanchez. Sanchez trying to just kick this one across the field with the Rattler defender just jumping in the way of that one. Folks, are now within 30 seconds. The Golden Eagles are 30 seconds away from getting their first victory in 5 years, in 3 years against the Otero Community College. Garcia with the ball. Garcia dribbling. Garcia now is kicking this across the midfield.
Less than 20 seconds.
Rosales with the ball now. Rosales just trying to keep this one in territory. Using a little bit of the shoulder that time. You see a little bit of aggression going on as Cordova hustling to keep possession of the ball. We're down within 5 seconds now as the clock ticks away with the last shot on goal this time. Hayes defending it, and the Laramie County Golden Eagles getting their first win in 5 appearances against Otero Community College. What a game, Cody. Just kind of talk about what did you think? What did you like from this game?
I liked LCCC's aggression. I liked that they kept to their game plan the entire time. They stayed patient. They didn't allow them to get out ahead of them a little bit there when they were down 1 goal. And they didn't let them catch up and score in the last minute and beat them again like they did last time. So I think they're probably pretty happy with their performance. The normal standouts did a great job. Rafael Munoz had a great game. He had an assist, 2 goals. So it's a big day, big game for LCCC, and they've got a lot of momentum carrying in the next game.
Yeah, this was a big win for LCCC as they also extend their win streak to 9, and then also moving to 7-0 in the conference. Like I said, they haven't lost. We're coming up close to a month now where the Golden Eagles men's soccer team hasn't lost. Like you said, you talked about Rafael Munoz, just a phenomenal performance from him. I'd also like to say Ruvakalba, Jonathan Ruvakalba really had a great showing out. Like I said, he didn't score a goal, but he was very aggressive, putting that pressure a lot on the defense. And scoring that last goal was Rosales. Jorge Rosales. He's also was very aggressive today. Put a lot of pressure on them and was able to just right place, right time. It just shows if you put pressure, if you work hard, and you're just trying to score, you're trying to be involved in the play. He found himself right there by the goal. Perfect ricochet right back to him, and he was able to eke that one out for the goal. So, like I said, just any final notes. You just kind of talk about, like we said, where the Golden Eagles going to be going here in the near future, just to kind of give the fans a little bit of a heads up on where they can expect to see them next.
Like we said earlier, that they've got the next few games are on the road, but the final home game will be against Western Wyoming Community College. But they've already beat the Mustangs once, so hopefully they can beat them again. And that's going to be it for the home games for the season. So we'll see what happens. And I guess that's pretty much it for today. So thank you for joining us this afternoon. This production has been brought to you by Laramie County Community College's Student Media Organization, the Wingspan, and Laramie County Community College Athletic Department. Thank you to the members of our crew, Tara Halfhill, Nicole Anderson, Alejandro Godinez, and Director Jacob Hamill. Technical support was provided by Wingspan Student Media Advisor Jay O'Brien. And stay with us for the second half of our doubleheader as the number 6 nationally ranked Golden Eagles women's team takes on the Rattlers of Otero Junior College.
Again, I'm Mitchell Bean.
And I'm Cody Fox.
Broadcasting live down here at Laramie County Community College, coming back with game 2 of our doubleheader between the Golden Eagles and Otero Community College. We'll be back in a little bit, folks. Thanks for tuning in.
For various reasons, many college students get close but don't finish their college degree or certificate. LCCC is working to help those students complete.
The completion agenda is simply about getting more